How's everybody doing out there? This is the Black Effect, and I am Nico B. I want to go ahead and get into this message. Lesbianism is used for security for women. When women become lesbians, it's not for, it's not always or for the most part for love. It's not, because we know women have these women who be calling themselves lesbians. They didn't have babies, they baby mamas, they doing it. So at one point in time, you and I'm using air quotes, you loved a man because that's the expression of love. You laid down with them and you had sex. You even cultivated a child with them. So what happened to that love there? I know many women who call themselves lesbian and they've had children. Do you understand? They had children before they even jumped into a lesbian relationship. I know women who have been hurt by multiple men and they were caught at a vulnerable point by another woman and got turned out. That's what you call it. Turn When a woman turns you into a lesbian, like, and you weren't that, it's called being turned out. So you had that happen. You have women who actually they are having problems with men, and what happens is a woman will come in telling them being a super simp, because stud women, like those women are the biggest simps that you will ever meet on the planet Earth. I uploaded a short of a woman telling you this out of her own mouth. Any woman who has dated one of those stud women know that she's the biggest simp. She'll pay for everything, do all the things. That's not eat. Like I said, you're not even a man, but you still trying to take on his societal the roles that were placed in society for men. You have these women who like I said, who will jump into a relationship through strict convenience because they've been hurt by somebody else. And they may not like the man. They may have got out of a marriage or something like that with a man. They got divorced and now they losing things, and they can't pay all the bills. So they'll enter into a lesbian relationship to be able to pay the bills, to be able to, get somebody to help them as another party to help them on the bills. A woman will do that. She'll jump into a whole lesbian relationship to do that. That's security. You understand? Again, these stud women be some of the biggest simps. You will have a woman who, who have kids, who otherwise like men, who call herself, oh, going both ways, or I'm going both ways now, because of the convenience and the security that came from that relationship. You have some women who they know that they may not be able to get a man like that, or men don't want to stay with them, or they may think that they don't have traditional beauty. So they'll go off, and those usually tend to be the stud lesbians. They'll go off and then try to get in a relationship with a whole nother woman instead of waiting for the man that's for them. They don't want to do that. They don't have time for that. They can't be alone. They don't know how to be alone. So they'll go jump into this lesbian relationship for security and protection. And really, when it's like there's no man there, so there's no protection, but it's just, they'll look for strength in numbers. It's the strength in the numbers is what they'll look at. That's how women are. Men don't operate that way. Women do that. They'll look at their situation and be like, well, I got kids, I got all these bills coming. Ain't no man gonna come in here and try to take this burden on to these other kids. Well, I can go get me a simp dyke woman, or what I'm saying, one of these wannabe pretend men, and she'll come in here and take care of everything, and come under the guise of, all I gotta do, like I say, is just be in this lesbian relationship with her. I usually don't be in relationships with women, but I'm gonna go ahead and do this because, like I said, now you in a vulnerable position. That's the way that studs love to catch women. They'll catch you in a vulnerable position and trap you and try to trap you in these relationships, but they can't trap you with kids. So they try to guilt you and, oh, I done all this for you, I did this, and they trap you they all in with litigation. That's why Barack Obama have done this wickedness of, gay marriage and all of that. And so you can get people to be, now they can trap you by being in all of your assets and things like that. They caught you at a vulnerable position in your life. You probably wouldn't have even been on that. They could have just been a friend to you and helped you instead of trying to enter some lesbian unnatural relationship. But no, they knew what they were doing. They were manipulating your pain and your hurt and your vulnerability. And you fell for it. I said a lot of times these lesbian relationships don't be for love. They be for convenience and they be for security. You will have a woman who two women, they be calling themselves friends or whatever, cousins or whatever, calling themselves cousins, hanging around each other. And eventually when neither one of them have a man, neither one of them can keep a man. So out of security, they start why don't we just sleep with each other? Why don't we just because they can't, they all lustful. They caught up in lust. They still want sex from a man. But they don't want to do the things required to actually keep one. So out of that sheer convenience and out of their failure, they'll get together for security and start eating each other out, doing what's unnatural under God. That's why you have more lesbians today. They're not even, the LGBT community, it starts with L, but they don't even acknowledge the lesbian aspect of their community for the most part. Because they know that there's no power there. They know that those women will be in and out. One day they'll be in, the next day they'll be out. If those women can appeal to a man, they're going to be in one day and then out the next. There are no stark lesbians unless those are the ones who are the studs. The ones, like I said, who felt like they just could never even get men's attention or even have a boyfriend. Those women became lesbians from that aspect. It's not, don't let these people fool you. I'm talking about all this, just throw around the word love. Oh, it's all love, 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 love. Because men can love another man like how David and Jonathan loved each other. They loved each other as their own soul, but they not going to be sleeping together. You understand? They could love each other, like I said, as their own soul. And like how another brother look how the Migos was holding each other down when Offset was in jail. Stuff like that. Men will do that with no sexual relationship, no relationship involved. You understand? Just a friendship or whatever, they have as far as their camaraderie. Or it's just something that the man that said that he made a pact. He said he was going to do it and he's going to help, and he did it. He follows through with that. These women, on the other hand, they're going to try to manipulate a relationship out of you because that's the only way that they could do it. Because for these women who have children, who in a lesbian relationship, then leave a lesbian relationship and have more children, you women, y'all need to stop. The LGBT community should just pull y'all card and tell y'all to stop playing. That's why you have a lot of the lesbian women, the butch dyke women. They'll tell these women to stop playing, man. Stop popping in and out when you think it's convenient. They getting sick of that because these women are starting to even manipulate the studs. They starting to they see that it's a bag, girl. They see, and they willing to even manipulate them for the bag. Like I said, it's security that these women are lesbians. It's for security. These women don't really want to be in a relationship with women like that. They really don't. We know how two women, first of all, the two women can't even equate to, 3 women couldn't even equate to 1 man and the protection and provision that he'll provide. We know that women have they're emotional creatures. They have attitudes. 2 women getting together, being in close vicinity is going to implode. The highest levels of abuse between couples is between lesbian couples. Because that's all they can do is get into it, abuse when there is no authority there. They don't know who the authority is. It's a bunch of confusion. But like I said, a lot of you need to really just listen to this word right here. Listen to what I'm saying and take some self-assessment. Look at the relationship you in right now. You in this lesbian relationship for security. You in it for nothing but security. It's not just love. You don't love this person like that. You weren't even a full blown lesbian. You didn't see yourself being in no growing up. You didn't see yourself being in no relationship with no woman. But here you are, you know, out of sheer necessity and desperation, you had to pay the bills, and you know what I mean. You had to make the rent, the mortgage was due, and so you had moved this person in. Now y'all in some relationship. She eating you out, and y'all in some unnatural relationship. She didn't finesse you, you know. Now y'all turning into two carpetbaggers. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Now, if that's just what you choose to do, again, that's all on you at the end of the day. No one's saying you can't. You can do whatever you want. But I'm trying to give you some understanding of the why. You understand? This is on the outside looking in, the understanding of the why. And I know people like this on a lot of scenarios that, like I said, they got with somebody when they got with this woman when they was in a very vulnerable spot. They didn't even like women like that. But then it was something they got manipulated into this relationship, and now they have a whole bunch of things, in their name, in each other's name. They don't even really want to be with a woman like that. You have some women, like I say, who just they can't get a man for, and there will be no security there, so they go in turn look for another woman to get with and think that there'll be strength in numbers. Then you have like women who don't have, like I say, don't really know how to. They got out of divorces. They have kids. They don't really know how to produce a lot of things. They need the one income, ain't the math ain't mathing. So they bring in another party. It could be a woman, whatever. They bring in a woman who's, identifies as a man, or who wants to be a man. They bring her in. No, she gonna simp. She gonna spend it all. So with that being said, it's your man, Nico B. This is the Black Effect. I'm gone.